Ivan woke to the taste of salt water on his lips and the weight of wet sand beneath him. The sky was overcast, the air heavy and strange. Alice was coughing nearby, her hands trembling as she tried to stand. Further down the beach, Robert staggered toward them, dripping and pale. All around them there was no sign of civilization, only a jagged line of black mountains, a dense, silent forest, and a few scattered coconut trees swaying gently in a wind that seemed to come from nowhere. The silence was wrong. No gulls, no buzzing insects, only the distant crash of waves, and beneath it, a faint, low hum drifting from the forest. They gathered what little driftwood and debris they could to make a crude camp, hoping to rest and plan their escape. But as the sun slipped below the horizon, the hum deepened into a sound disturbingly like slow, heavy breathing, as though the island itself was alive. The night was restless. The fire they had built crackled weakly, throwing light into the black wall of trees. Somewhere inside that darkness came sharp clicking noises, wet groans, and the unmistakable crunch of branches under something heavy. The air seemed to thicken, the shadows stretching unnaturally close to the firelight. Every few minutes, the breathing came again, closer, deeper, and almost curious. Then, just when the sounds pressed to the very edge of the camp, everything stopped. Silence felt like a weight, leaving only the faint pop of burning wood. Sleep never truly came to any of them. At dawn, Ivan opened his eyes to find Robert's spot empty. The sand around where he'd lain was disturbed, and a single trail of footprints led into the forest. Ivan and Alice followed them, hearts pounding, only to find the trail ending abruptly, as if Robert had been plucked out of existence. The ground here was strange, soft in some places, ridged in others, like the surface of something breathing just under the earth. Above them, tangled in the branches of a tree far too tall to climb, hung Robert's torn backpack. The bark beneath it was shredded with claw marks, deep and deliberate. They pushed deeper into the forest, hoping against hope that Robert was still alive. The deeper they went, the thicker the air became, filled with a faint metallic smell. The trees twisted in unnatural shapes, and on their trunks were strange circular openings, each lined with jagged, chitin-like edges, as if the trees themselves were feeding. Then they found it, a shallow pit, its bottom slick with dark fluid, and in the middle a shape that looked human but wrong. Its skin was stretched, thin and gray, and its face was Robert's. The eyes blinked, the mouth opened, but instead of a voice came that same low hum they had heard since arriving. The figure began to rise, its limbs lengthening, its back splitting open to reveal rows of pale, twitching spines. Ivan and Alice stumbled back, but the forest reacted. The trees seemed to close in, branches curling toward them like claws. From the shadows between the trunks, more shapes emerged, long-limbed, skinless things, each with a face that seemed half-formed from people they'd once been. The ground pulsed beneath their feet, and the horrible truth struck them. The island was not land at all. It was a living organism, and they were standing on its flesh. Every sound they had heard, every hum, every breath had been it, sensing them, deciding when to feed. The spined creature wearing Robert's face stepped forward, its body twitching in hunger, and from behind them came the sudden rush of something massive tearing through the trees. Ivan grabbed Alice's arm and ran, but the ground rippled beneath them, throwing them off balance. The last thing Ivan saw as he fell was the forest itself opening wide, roots splitting apart like jaws, and something wet and black surging upward to swallow them whole. The hum became a roar, and then there was only the ocean again, calm and still, as if nothing had ever happened.